Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. We're going to go ahead and get started. I call this meeting to order at 9:02 a.m. And I will go ahead and move on to our land acknowledgement. Associated Students recognizes and acknowledges the first people of this ancestral and unceded territory of the Fernandino-Tataviam Band of Mission Indians that is now occupied by our campus of California State University, Northridge. Honors their elders, past and present, and the descendants who are citizens of the Fernandino-Tataviam Band of Mission Indians. Associated Students recognizes that the tribe is still here, and we are committed to lifting up their stories, culture, and community. Alrighty, we will now move on to the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand if you're able. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Alrighty, I will now turn it over to our Attorney General for the roll call.
Senator Akanenwar, Senator Barajas, Senator Bhavnagri, Senator Chavez, Senator Doe,
Here.
Senator Garcia, Senator Kadich, here, Senator Khan, Senator Mezabin,
Here.
Senator Saravia,
Present.
Senator Scher, Senator Sedaris,
Here.
Senator Tivey, Senator Toledo Carranza,
Here.
Senator Dunn, thank you.
Thank you, Golden. We will now move on to the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion? Senator Sideros.
I motion to approve the agenda.
Is there a second? Senator Tivey, thank you. Is there any discussion? Vice President Anderson.
I move to amend the agenda to remove the nomination and approval of the standing committee chairs and table it until 2 weeks from now.
Is there a second? Senator Carranza, thank you. Any discussion on the amendment? Senator Kadich.
Just a question. Will we be expecting to have our first committee meetings 2 weeks from now then?
The standing committee meetings? Yeah, so we will have them, I think they start next week or the week after.
They're supposed to start the third week, but with the nominations being moved, I think we might have to adjust and start them the fourth week because chairs need to be changed.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have Labor Day on Monday, so that kind of pushes things around with nominating chairs. But we'll keep you all updated on when they're starting. Any further questions or discussion? Okay, seeing none, all in favor of approving the amendment, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? The motion passes. Alrighty, now we move on to the approval of the agenda with the amendment. Okay, is there a second? We already have it. Okay, all in favor of the approval of the agenda as amended, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? The motion passes. We will now move on to the approval of the minutes from August 7th, 2023. Is there a motion? Senator Tibby.
I move to approve the minutes of August 7th, 2023.
Thank you. Is there a second? Vice President Anderson. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the motion passes unanimously. We will now move on to open forum. Open forum is intended as an opportunity for any member of the public to address the Associate Student Senate regarding any issues affecting CSUN students. Speakers are allowed 3 minutes each to speak. Please sign in using the clipboard for minute recording purposes.
Hello, my name is Dr. Nakia McWilliams. I am the coordinator for student organizations over in the Matador Involvement Center. And I'm just here to introduce myself to you and also to congratulate the entire Student Senate on their new role here at CSUN, but also to thank you because I truly appreciate the service that you provide to our students. Let me know if you have any questions or are interested in any of the events that we'll be having. I just want to also remind you that we will have Meet the Clubs September 5th and 6th, Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. See you there.
Nakia was actually my first boss here, so a little throwback there.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
My name is James Forster. I serve as the AS Programs Manager, so I oversee all of AS Productions and Sustainability. I just wanted to come by and introduce myself and say hello, as well as to just update you all on some events that we have coming up this week as well as next. So out this week, actually after open forum, I'll be leaving the meeting to go help you all set up for the tabling that leadership will be doing this week, or I guess today. Tomorrow we'll be having welcome celebration. That'll be from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. out on Sierra Lawn. That'll also run again on Wednesday as well. Thursday, which is August 31st, we'll be doing a hypno comedy event in the USU's Plaza del Sol Performance Hall, which is operated by the Soraya. That'll start at 7 p.m. And then to wrap things up, Friday night, we'll be doing our Matador movie night. We'll be showing a screening of Spider-Man No Way Home. That's the one with Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland. So that'll be on Friday, September 1st. The movie will probably start around 8 p.m. Additionally, starting next week, our farmers market will return starting on Tuesday as well. If any of you all need anything from me in terms of equipment or anything like that you all are thinking about, please let me know. I'm usually easy to find with the hat on, which is why I'm wearing it, so you all know what to look for. All right, thank you all so much.
Very exciting things this week. Anyone else here for open forum? Thank you so much for coming today, Andrew. And we are here, we're listening, and we'll address it with campus administrators. Thank you. Anyone else here for open forum? Great, seeing none, we will now move on to reports, starting with mine. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the first day of school. Happy fall semester. Hopefully you all had a wonderful summer and were able to kind of relax and rejuvenate for this year. It's going to be a really busy and exciting year, but filled with lots of fun things. And we also have a really busy week ahead of us. And I'm sure Josie will talk on Welcome Week and her report and all of the exciting days and tabling opportunities. I will just say in my report, I'm urging you, please, please, please sign up to table for tabling or for Welcome Week. There are different shifts. So obviously you don't have to stay there the whole time if you have class and stuff like that. It is so important that you're out there welcoming your peers and giving back. They really are excited to be back on campus. And yeah. This past Friday, I got to go to President Beck's welcome address. It was amazing seeing all the faculty and Senate there, and just everyone was so excited to start the year again. And she did present quite a lengthy presentation, which is amazing because she did touch on so many just different parts of campus that are new or that they're working on, and just different even like statistics that have come out about CSUN, and how just honestly amazing our campus is. So y'all should be proud to be Matadors. And I am happy to say, I feel like I can now maybe officially hopefully say it too, since she's announced it, that we have received all of the money for the Basic Needs Center here at the USU. So that will be starting, they'll start working on it. It will open up fall 2025, so next year, but it looks absolutely amazing. And I feel like y'all are going to just really, really enjoy it. So that is so exciting. And I think what her message behind it is to kind of reduce the stigma of accessing basic needs. That's why it's going to be here in the heart of campus. So it's wonderful. Next, I actually also got to go that Friday in the evening to the Soraya season preview. The Soraya is such an incredibly beautiful space. And I know that along with Golden and Yvette, we attended, and it was so, so amazing to, talk to Thor, who the director of the Soraya, as well as Juliana Alvarez, who will be working with closely to kind of, have certain events, AS and Soraya, maybe AS sponsoring a Soraya event. So that's exciting. And if y'all have looked at the season preview already, some awesome and amazing shows. Hopefully y'all do get to the chance to attend one of them. There are student discounted tickets, which is awesome. So utilize that. Other than that, not much. Just again, don't forget, please sign up for tabling. You should have gotten the link to your email as well as the GroupMe. So it's definitely accessible to you all. And also this Saturday is our Dodgers game, September 2nd. So that is very, very exciting. I know I'm excited to go. I've never been to a Dodgers game, so I'm very excited for that. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll be here the whole day. So yeah. Are there any questions for my report? I guess I should say that now that I finished. Yes, Senator Kaddish.
Just curious, did they say if they were continuing with the plan to move the basic needs suite into the current location of the pub, or were they planning on doing the new building?
Yeah, it will be in the pub. So yes, where the pub was, will be right there. Any further questions? All right, seeing none, we will go ahead to Vice President Anderson's report.
Really need to get another mic so we stop passing it. Hello, everyone. Happy first day of school. Super exciting. Super happy to see you all here. Before I start my report, I wanted to say a huge shout out and thank you to everyone who worked on Student Staff Development Day. Patrick, Kevin, Denise, James, and everyone else. I know it was not easy to put together, and we all had a blast, and we really appreciated it. So thank you. I hope you all had a wonderful summer. I apologize for not being able to be here during June and July, but I'm back and I'm happy to be back. We did a lot of work during the summer. We hired some new senators, some new cabinet members. We began meeting with President Beck and Dr. Watkins, who have been absolutely wonderful. I began meeting with the Alumni Association and the TUC, and also got a jump start on some of my projects. And speaking of projects, we have Welcome Week this week. So if you have not signed up already, please do so. Tabling begins today at 9:30. So basically, as we're speaking, it's already starting. We do have a lot of open slots, and it's really, really important that we fill them. So please sign up. I would really appreciate it. They're hour-long shifts, so just in between classes, if you could stop by, give some giveaways out, that would be great. Please be aware that there's extreme heat, so stay hydrated, wear sunscreen. If anything comes up, just let us know. We want everyone to table, and we want to have a full, wonderful welcome week, but we don't want anyone pushing themselves to the point of not feeling well. So if you do start not feeling well, just let myself, Paige, Denise know, and we'll figure it out. And while tabling, just try to be friendly, smiling. Think of how you would want someone who's tabling to come up to you. Try to stay off your phones. And yeah, if there's any questions, you can let me know. Planners are here, so make sure to pass those out, as well as the tote bags and the school supplies. And then I don't know if we've officially talked about it, so I wanted to bring up the fact that the office is closed. So things are a little bit funky right now, not a usual start to the school year, but the office should be open in about 3 weeks. So once we're back in there, we'll have more of a main hub for us to be, but right now it's closed. If you ever need to work anywhere, we have workstations at the Sustainability Center, which I think was sent out in an email. Yeah. And once the office opens back up, I will send out an email for us to do Senate check-ins. So just keep an eye out for that. And feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about anything. One of the biggest parts of my job is helping out the senators and being their support system. So I'm here for you if you need anything with the legislative process or anything like that. So thank you.
Any questions on Vice President Anderson's report? Alrighty, seeing none, we'll move on to Chief of Staff Ryan.
Good morning, everyone. This is extremely exciting to be here in person. I know we saw most of you on Student Staff Development Day, but it's so much better just to finally be here. First day of school is just extremely exciting. I hope you are all ready for such an amazing day, and let alone an amazing year. So I know I've mentioned this almost the same thing like every single Senate meeting, but I'm just so excited to be here. This past week has been so amazing, mentally preparing for school and just being able to serve as Chief of Staff. Student Development Day was extremely fun, just being able to bond with our teams and just being able to have an amazing time doing the scavenger hunt. I hope that was amazing for you all. I know we were running out in the heat, and Denise told us we weren't going to run, but we did run. We held a mock cabinet meeting right after Student Staff Development Day, and I think it was very successful. We set expectations and goals, and just, for lack of better terms, we vibed with each other, and it was just a really good meeting. We also have finalized a day and time for cabinet, which will be Fridays at 2 p.m. We will also be meeting the last Wednesday of every month for accommodations for a few cabinet members at 8 a.m. instead of Friday that week. I also have reports for the rest of cabinet, which I will be sharing now. Our Chair of Legislative Affairs, this week she had connected with Faculty Senate President Michael Neubauer to discuss the opposition to the tuition increase. He will be adding it to the Faculty Senate agenda on the 31st, and they will vote to oppose and even put out a statement, which is extremely well for us. Saturday was a tabling event for the housing, and she distributed voter registration. So congrats to her. Chief Justice, she attended the Student Staff Development Day this past week. She had a really great time meeting people, getting to know different departments, and she just overall enjoyed cabinet as well. Our Chair of Diversity and Inclusion, as Ali Walker, also attended Student Staff Development Day. She was extremely, she felt that everything was extremely informative and very fun. She had amazing goals set for the academic year during cabinet, and so it was very nice to discuss her goals. Our Chair of Elections, she had a wonderful idea to reach out to her last committee members and street teams to see if they would like to join her current committee this year. So for any chair or anyone looking for committee members, feel free to reach out to your previous year. Just thought it was a really good idea to mention that. She had a great day at Student Staff Development Day, extremely fun. Looks like Student Staff Development Day overall was fun for everyone. Our assistant chair of elections, she met with the chair of elections to discuss tabling and marketing and goals for this entire semester. She also had a great time at Student Staff Development Day and loved seeing everyone. She's extremely ready to start this semester. And lastly, our chair of communications, Ruby, she's extremely excited to start this year as well, especially with her new role as chair of communications. She does have one request though, which she will be sending out in an email later on this week. She would like to get some introductions from the senators and including some cabinet members. So just to be able to introduce ourselves on our social media platforms. So she'll be sending out an email soon this week. So just keep an eye out for that. Chair of communications, Ruby, she will be sending that out. And that is all for today's report. Thank you so much.
Are there any questions for the Chief of Staff report? Great, seeing none, we'll move on to our Chair of Finance, Tran.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. Good morning. I'm so excited to be here with you all today, especially for the first Senate meeting of the year. As always, I'll start by sharing the account balances. So with STAR, we have $194,600, unassigned contingency with $632,361, clubs and organizations assigned $12,600, Phil Fund $15,000, and clubs and organizations travel $9,000. I don't have too much to report today, but I just wanted to share kind of my intentions with Finance Committee this year. So last year working in AS Finance, it really helped me build a strong understanding of like my committee's code and the limitations that it has. And as chair this year, my goal is to be a bit more playful about finance's unique position in that like we're consistently interacting with clubs and orgs, but just beyond a funding standpoint. Through connecting with them to other campus resources or helping them plan their events with the support of fundable AS approved items. Lastly, I do want to encourage all the leadership folk here to sign up for Welcome Week. It's a great way to connect with students on campus and make new friends. Also, since it's the first day of school, you can now sign up for the outdoor adventures trips. And for students, you can purchase tickets to the Soraya for $20 during these first 2 weeks at the Soraya ticket office. And I believe for staff and faculty, there's a current discount of 50% off tickets during this period as well. And if you have any friends, preferably qualified, that you'd like to recommend to the Finance Committee, please send them my way. And that concludes my report for today. Thank you, everyone.
Are there any questions for the Chair of Finance? Seeing none, we will now move on to the Attorney General's report.
Hello, everyone. Happy first day of school. I'm happy to see everybody here, including our senators, cabinet, members of the public. Just a thank you all for getting me your committee selections. We're going to be moving ahead with that in the coming weeks and getting you your committees, hopefully the ones you selected. As a reminder for absences, now that we've got the summer behind us, we know that can be a little rough for attending because people have plans. Now that we're in the official fall semester, I think the turnout today is a good sign that we're going to stay on track with being here, being present, and showing up on time. And so thank you all for being here. And besides that, the staff and the staff development day was great. It was so good to be able to bond with all of you. And I think we're going to be a great team for the next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Golden. Are there any questions on the Attorney General's report? Seeing none, we'll now move on to our Executive Director, Patrick Bailey.
Hi, good morning and happy first day of the semester. Yay. A couple updates for you. If you peeked in the office, you saw there's no floor. So the office refresh has definitely started. As the Vice President said, we are scattered a little bit of everywhere. So if you're looking for accounting, go to athletic training. If you're looking for people randomly, Sustainability Center, we have sign-up sheets. So you can find us in multiple locations. If there's anything that you need during that time, please let us know. If you want to be inspired, peek into the marketing office and see how nice that looks. And remember that yours will look like that very soon. But it's a little late, so sorry about that. We had some issues with some supply for floor. Staffing updates, I'll let you know that 2 people in our Children's Center have turned in their resignations. One is moving to the university and one is moving up to be a director. So we will be posting those 2 positions, but we also are adding a new teacher. Wanisha is starting with us. So that is great. As you know, our sustainability coordinator, Tosin, is now she's starting classes today as well, getting her PhD at Berkeley. And so we have hired a replacement for her, and that person should be here as soon as they clear background screening in mid-September. As James mentioned, the farmers market is coming back next week. So it's a week early. We wanted to try to get it as soon as you're back. And the 3rd week for the farmers market, which will be the 2nd week for the farmers market, the 3rd week of school, we're inviting all of the individuals that received AS scholarship dollars to come and join us at the farmers market. So in addition to the endowments that you have already for the Diane Harrison Award, which is for international students, parent scholars, and the supplies you deserve, you also give about $160,000 in scholarship dollars every year to CSUN students. So every student that has received a letter that said, "Hi, you got $1,000 from AS," will be invited on that farmers market to come and join us. The welcome celebration is starting tomorrow when it's even going to get hotter. So yay. So wear your shorts and please come to the welcome celebration and Sportsapalooza as well. So Sportsapalooza will be outside. That's where people can sign up for sport clubs. Through orientation, we had more signups in sport clubs than we've ever had. So NSO was really successful for us to get the word out. So we're looking forward to a great year. And one add-on to the Chair of Finance's report. The one important thing that she failed to mention, and I know she knows it, is the Finance Committee is unlike any other standing committee in the fact that when you're appointed to the Finance Committee, it's a 2-year appointment. And the Finance Committee is made up of a representative from each college. So all the senators should ask the Chair of Finance if your college has a representative. If your college does not have a representative, then you should help the Chair of Finance find someone, because that's the group that develops the annual budget, also reviews all the policies and procedures that we operate by. So it's really important, just like with the Senate, to have the voice of all of the students from all of the colleges. So please, 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 at the beginning of the year, the Chair of Finance is always looking for people. So I know there's several colleges that are still in the mix that need representatives. So please see your Chair of Finance and get those positions filled, okay? And if you have I hope you have a great semester. If there's ever anything that you need, or if you can't find us, please shoot me an email, let us know, and we will help you any way that we can. Have a great semester.
Thank you so much, Patrick. Are there any questions? Yes.
And I would like to add, thank you all for coming for Student Staff Development Day. Corner Bakery, who messed up your lunch by 2 hours, thank you for being flexible. And we thank them for the huge discount that they've given us. And I mean huge discount.
Wonderful. Alrighty, seeing no questions, we will now move on to our university advisor, Asia Butler.
Good morning, everyone. Really short report. Nakia already mentioned the Meet the Clubs. I just want to add in Meet the Greeks is also on Tuesday, September 5th, from 5 to 7 over in the Sierra lawn. Thank you.
Any questions? Yes, Meet the Clubs is next week. Super exciting. We will be also out there tabling, I am sure. So look out for a sign-up sheet for that. Alrighty, moving on to our faculty advisor, Vita Ward.
Good morning, everyone. It's wonderful to meet those of you whom I've not met before, and welcome back to those senators that I worked with last year. I have been the faculty advisor to AS for several years and am really excited each year to come back. For our faculty, the campus sort of started last week. We were due date back on Thursday, and we had first classes on Saturday. So again, for those of you who were lucky enough not to have Saturday class, it's good to know we're several days in for many of us. I wanted to thank you all and appreciate you for your role as senators and representing many students from different corners of our university. My role as faculty advisor is to share with you some of the ideas and inspirations, I would say, that faculty are undertaking, as well as to entreat you to be strongly engaged in your classes. And that's part of who you are as well. So again, thank you for being senators, and take advantage of my many years of working at the university and any of the perspectives that you may want to think about in terms of faculty guidance, not only in, but outside of the classroom. So thank you all so much, and I look forward to working with you.
Thank you, Dr. Ward. Is there any questions on her report? Right, seeing none. We don't have any unfinished business. We will now move on to new business. Again, we will not be approving or nominating a chair for standing committees, but we'll move on to nominating and approving Senate representatives for committees here through AS. So the first one we have under new business is Finance Committee. Do we have any nominations? Senator Kaddish.
I'd like to nominate Senator Tivy.
Thank you. Do you accept Senator Tivy?
Yes, I do accept.
Wonderful. Are there any other nominations? Alrighty, seeing none. Senator Tivy, would you like to give us a quick little elevator pitch as to why you think you're the best Senate representative for Finance Committee?
I feel like I'm the best representative for Finance Committee because I've served there for a whole year already. I've been through the entire process, and I was one amongst 3 or 4 voting members. And I also stuck through it during annual budget deliberations, which is for an entire week. And we're on Zoom hearing pitches for about 7 hours. And so I feel like I'm the most qualified given my experience in it already.
Wonderful, thank you. Okay, all in favor of approving Senator Tivy as the Senate representative to the Finance Committee, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? The motion passes. Wonderful. Well, congratulations, Senator Tivy. Alrighty, excuse me. We will now move on to Judicial Court. Are there any nominations? Reminder, Judicial Court does meet on Mondays from 1 to 4. So make sure that you don't have classes then. That is a huge thing. Yeah, but just to clarify, it doesn't always last till 4 p.m. So don't worry. Are there any nominations? Senator Kaddish.
Can I ask a question about that? So if they're not here, could we put them on hold to maybe be nominated in the future? If no one else says they want to?
Okay. You're more than welcome to nominate them. However, we might not be able to vote on their appointment or their nomination because they're not here to approve your nomination. But you can table, if you'd like, you can table the nomination until next Senate meeting. Senator Kaddish.
I'll move to table to next meeting.
Alrighty, is there a second? Senator Tivy. Alrighty. Any discussion? Alrighty, seeing none, all in favor of tabling the nomination for the Senate representative for Judicial Court, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? The motion passes. Awesome. We will now move on to Elections Committee. Are there any nominations? And keep in mind, there is no set meeting date or time that will be decided when you all meet.
Is there any way we could table this nomination as well? I wasn't maybe it's mainly my fault, but I wasn't aware that we were nominating each other for senator representatives for the AS committees.
Yeah, we can go ahead and table elections. We will just have to make a motion to table that. So if you would like to go ahead and table it, you can make the motion.
I motion to table the nominees for elections committee.
Alrighty. Is there a second? Senator Chavez, thank you. Any discussion? Senator Kaddish.
Sorry, I'm just clarifying, just so to make sure you're aware, you can also nominate yourself if you're interested.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of tabling the Elections Committee Senate Representative nomination to the next Senate meeting, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? The motion passes. We will now move on to Diversity and Inclusion, to the Diversity and Inclusion Committee. Again, this doesn't have a set meeting time that will be kind of decided when you are appointed, and they do have a committee. And our lovely chair is here as well. Any nominations? Yes, Senator Kranza.
I would like to nominate myself.
Wonderful. Are there any other nominations? Great. Seeing none, Senator Kranza, would you like to give a quick little, again, elevator pitch as to why you are the best candidate?
So I've worked with, back in high school, I worked with diversity groups. I've also been into clubs such as like Latino, Jewish. I'm not a Jewish, but I was able to be to be part of it and like share like some new ideas, some new projects that I was able to be part of. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Are there, I guess, yeah, thank you. All in favor of approving Senator Kranza's nomination to the Diversity and Inclusion Committee, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? The motion passed, or the nomination passes. Well, congratulations again. This is awesome for you. Love that. And I'm sure Allie's very, very excited. Alrighty, we will now move on to the Communications Committee. Again, there's no set meeting date or time yet. That will be decided upon. But just a reminder, this is a really good opportunity to kind of connect with Cabinet, see what their goals are as the chair, and kind of help them kind of be that liaison between Senate and Cabinet. Any nominations? Again, you can nominate yourself. You can nominate another senator. Yes. That is a great question. Yes. So as we mentioned at our little training, if you do serve on one of these committees, that does count for an office hour. So you have to serve 5 office hours a week. And usually these meetings will be probably about an hour. So that will be one of your office hours kind of completed. Any nominations? Vice President Anderson. Sorry.
I will nominate for the Communications Committee Senator Scher.
I'll accept the nomination to the Communications Committee.
Wonderful. Alrighty. Would you like to give us a quick, I guess, little pitch about, if not, it's okay. Okay, all good. Are there any other nominations? All right, seeing none, all in favor of, let's see, approving Senator Scher's appointment or nomination to the Communications Committee, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? The motion passes, or the nomination passes. Awesome. Well, congratulations again. Now we move on to Lobby Corps. Our lovely Chair of Legislative Affairs is in the back in the gallery. This is a great committee. I don't think they, again, set a meeting date or time, like I've said, but that will be decided upon once you are appointed or nominated to the committee. And you'll be just kind of helping her through different efforts and potentially could travel when we go to CSSA and other campuses. So that's very, very exciting. Are there any nominations? Senator Sideros.
I would like to nominate myself for the Lobby Corps.
Wonderful. Okay. Are there any other nominations? Senator Saravia.
I would also like to nominate myself.
Wonderful. Okay. Any further nominations? All right, seeing none, we'll go ahead and allow you all to both kind of have a moment to speak as to why you're nominating yourself. So we'll first start off with Senator Sideros.
I think it would be good for this position because I think
You speak into the mic more, or just bring it closer.
I said I think I'd be good fit for this position because I think I I organize stuff good and I'm good at communications. So I think I'd be a good fit for this.
Thank you. And Senator Saravia, you can now.
I think I'd be a really good fit just because I have a very big passion for communicating with others. And I did express a lot of interest to Matul a few weeks ago. And I've been asking about the committee and stuff like that. So I just was really interested since the beginning of the announcement. So that's why I would like to be part of the committee just because I have a very big passion for it already. So
Alrighty, thank you. We will now go ahead and take a vote. So all in favor of nominating Senator Sideros, please raise your hand. Alrighty, now all in favor of nominating Senator Saravia, please raise your hand. And any abstained? Alrighty, alrighty, sorry for that. Senator Saravia, congratulations. You are our Lobby Corps Senate representative. Alrighty, you're just in time. So are there are no information items. No discussion items. We have one legislative referral, but we will hold off until we do have kind of committees established. Are there any announcements from anyone from the board? Vice President Anderson.
I should have done this during my report, but I didn't. So we're going to do it now. So senators are supposed to block off until 12 p.m. for Senate, and it's only 9:48 right now. So that means everyone can table. So, right now, looking at the sheet, we have Cleary Walk filled, but we do need Sierra Quad, Campus Store, Arbor Grill, and Transit Center. So that means we have 8 spots that we need filled. So, do I have any volunteers? Thank you. Senator Scher, do you have a preference of where? I think Cleary's filled. I'm sorry. There's Sierra Quad, Campus Store. Awesome. Oh, thank you. You're right. You're right. Okay. Let's try to get at least one at each location. So do I have anyone for Arbor Grill? Thank you. And then Transit Center. This is where the Metro buses come in, over by the University Commons. Yay, thank you. Oh, you're writing. I keep forgetting. And then we can add one to Campus Store. Does anyone want to table at Campus Store? Nita, I think. Senator Scher, you said Campus Store, right? Okay, awesome. Do we have anyone for Sierra Quad? Thank you. Did you get that one? Yes. Okay. And one more for Sierra Quad. Yay, thank you. I was curious. Yeah, perfect. Awesome. And then for 11:30 to 12:30 and 12:30 to 1:30. I know this cuts into not blocked off for Senate, so it's okay if you can't, but I just want to check before we end. Any volunteers? Yay. Do you have a location preference?
I could continue doing Sierra Quad.
Perfect. Thank you. And then for 11:30 to 12:30, we also have one open at Cleary Walk, and then Arbor Grill and Transit Center completely open. Okay. No more volunteers?
One more question. What was the other locations? Can you repeat them again?
Yeah. So for 11:30 to 12:30, we have one open at Cleary Walk, one open at Sierra Quad, one open at Arbor Grill, and one open at Transit Center.
Cleary Walk. That one.
Perfect. Okay, I think that's good for now, but throughout the day, if you have some time, open up. Also, tomorrow there's lots of spots, Wednesday there's lots of spots, and next week at the farmer's market. So please just keep it at the front of your mind. If you have any extra time, try and come over. Even if you don't sign up for it last minute, if you just show up, that's great too, but try to sign up for it. Are there any questions about Welcome Week? Like breathing into the mic, sorry. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Vice President Anderson. Just a reminder that this is expected of you to table, so we shouldn't have to be going through announcements and asking you to table. You did receive an email with signups about a week ago, and it was sent to the group me. So next time we will not be kind of going over during announcements. I appreciate that because that definitely helped. But again, you are a senator, you are the voice of your students. You're supposed to be welcoming them back to campus. They really value this interaction and connection they have with you, because you'll be like kind of that familiar face to them. So yes, next time, please do that on your own. That is kind of the bare minimum here. Alrighty, any other announcements? Great, seeing none, we will now turn to our Attorney General. Oh, I'm so sorry. Senator Kaddish.
Sorry, just confirming, we have a special meeting still, right?
Yes. Any further announcements? All right, seeing none, we'll now turn over to Attorney General for our final roll call.
Senator Cannon-War, Senator Barajas, Senator Bhavnagri, Senator Chavez, Senator Doe,
Here.
Senator Garcia, Senator Kaddish,
Here.
Senator Khan, Senator Mezabin, Senator Saravia, Senator Scher, Senator Sidaris,
Here.
Senator Tibby,
Here.
Senator Toledo Carranza,
Here.
Senator Dunn. And if I pronounce any of your last names wrong, you can come up to me after and let me know.
Thank you to our Attorney General. Alrighty, I will now adjourn this meeting at 9:55 a.m. And we will now be turning over to our special meeting agenda. So yeah, I call this meeting to order at 9:55 a.m. And I will go ahead and turn it over to our Attorney General for our roll call.
A Cannon-War, Senator Barajas, Senator Bhavnagri, Senator Chavez,
Present.
Senator Doe,
Here.
Senator Garcia, Senator Kaddish,
Here.
Senator Khan, Senator Mezabin,
Here.
Senator Saravia, Senator Scher, Senator Sidaris,
Here.
Senator Tibby,
Here.
Senator Toledo Carranza,
Here.
Senator Dunn.
Wonderful. Alrighty, we'll now move on to the approval of the agenda for today. Is there a motion? Senator Doe.
I move to approve the agenda for August 28th, 2023.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Mezalbin, thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, the motion passes unanimously. We don't have, I don't think, anyone here for open forum, and we don't have any reports. They were addressed in the last meeting, but we'll now move on to new business. We are now going to take a vote to approve the appointment of Yvette Tran, Michael Sudjate, and Karen Pack as voting members of the 2023-2024 Audit Committee of the Associated Students at California State University Northridge Incorporated. All in favor of approving those appointments, please raise your hand. Oh, yes, Patrick.
I suggest we go back to the committee of the whole first.
So enter as committee of the whole first.
Yeah. As a quick FYI, anything that doesn't go from one of the standing committees to you goes to what's called the committee of the whole, because it needs to be approved by a committee before it goes to the full Senate. So this is an item that didn't get to go to finance because the finance committee hasn't met. So it would come to you first, and for you to hear that, you would go into the committee of the whole, do your business, then you come out of the committee of the whole, and then you as a group accept the work that you did in the committee of the whole. So that means you've had like a committee, a standing committee that has reviewed it and blessed it.
So this is something that's usually appointed by Finance Committee.
Typically, a finance committee would come to you with a recommendation. What's the finance committee does, in addition to your budget, they also work with the auditors. So we get an audit every year. Anyway, every year, and they go through every expense that we make, and they make sure that we have backup for every expense, or we have a policy that goes to this, the why we did that. And each year they're doing the audit right now. And then when the audit comes, when it's completed, it comes to you for acceptance. So the audit committee is the one who actually hears the presentation from the auditors and actually asks all the questions before it comes to you. Michael, who is on the committee, is a former AS finance chair who actually works for one of the big audit firms. And there has to be a university representative, and that's Karen Pack. She's the Associate Vice President for Financial Services. So all of our audits in the entire CSU go together as one big one. So we have an audit, the University Student Union has an audit, the foundation has an audit, the TUC has an audit, and the campus has an audit. And all 5 of those audits go together to make Northridge's submission to the CSU. And each campus does the same thing. So we're given deadlines to meet, not only for the campus, but for the CSU. So the audit committee does just that. So what they're really asking you to do is to approve those folks to review the audit, which I think is on the 11th of September.
Alrighty, thank you so much. It's really good to have that kind of background information, so we're all aware of kind of the different things we're voting on. Because again, it's a lot new for a lot of us. But instead of taking a vote, we will now go ahead and enter committee of the whole. So is there a motion? Senator Scher.
I move to enter the committee of the whole.
Perfect. Is there a second? Senator Sideros, thank you. Any discussion? Yes, Senator Carranza.
So I have one question. As I was reviewing the request, I see that they were only given $800. And so my question is, they were asking $3,200 for speakers and also like dorms or something like that. So my question is, what is the other $800 towards for?
So we won't be answering that question right now. We will answer that question when we get to that motion. Right now, are there any questions on entering committee of the whole? Or any discussion on that? All right, seeing none, all in favor of entering committee of the whole, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? All right, the motion passes. All righty, we will now move on to approving items A and B. Are there any, or I guess item A and item 1B, are there any motions? Who has a motion? Yeah. All righty. Is there a motion for item A? Senator Doe.
Do I just say the whole thing too? Should I say the, okay.
You don't have to.
Okay. I move to approve the appointment of Yvette Tran, Michael Sujati, and Karen Pack as voting members of the 2023-2024 Audit Committee of the Associated Students at California State University Northridge Incorporated.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Mazalbin, thank you. Any discussion on this motion? Great, seeing none, all in favor of approving item A, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? Okay, the motion passes. Alrighty, we will now move on to our second motion. Is there a motion for item 1B? Which is to allocate $3,200 from unassigned contingency to Delta for their supplemental funding request to supplement their associate students' annual budget. Senator Sideros.
I move to allocate 3,200 from unassigned contingency to Delta Delta for their supplements funding request to supplement their associate students' annual budget.
Thank you. Is there a second? Vice President Anderson, any discussion? Chair of Finance Tran.
Hi, I'd like to just provide a little bit more insight into supplemental funding request number 138 for Tri-Delta or Delta Delta Delta. So when we were doing our annual budget deliberations, finance found that we wanted to fund this organization $4,000. And this is after we finished our deliberations and with VPN guidelines as well. However, like when we submitted the university annual budget to Dr. Watkins and President Beck, there was a typo. And so we allocated them $800 instead of the intended $4,000, my apologies. And so I reached out back to this student and I told them to submit a supplemental budget, and I provided the exact itemized allocations and the same items that finance approved them for, just so that they can be allocated the amount they were entitled to.
Thank you, Chair of Finance Tran. Are there any further discussion? All right, seeing none, all in favor of approving line item 1B, we'll call it, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? The motion passes. Wonderful. We will now move on to exiting committee of the whole. Is there a motion to exit the committee of the whole? Senator Tivy.
I move to exit committee of the whole.
Thank you. Is there a second? Vice President Anderson. Alrighty. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of exiting committee of the whole, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? The motion passes. We will now move on to approve the recommendations of the committee of the whole. All in favor of approving the recommendations of the committee of the whole, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? The recommendations are approved. Wonderful. We will now move on to final roll call with our Attorney General.
Senator Cannon-War. Senator Barajas. Senator Bob Nagri. Senator Chavez. Senator Doe.
Here.
Senator Garcia. Senator Kaddish.
Here.
Senator Khan. Senator Mezabin.
Here.
Senator Saravia. Senator Scher. Senator Sideris.
Here.
Senator Tivy.
Here.
Senator Toledo Carranza. Senator Dunn.
Thank you so much to our Attorney General. I know it was kind of, I guess, not a very long meeting, but longer than our past summer meetings. But I want to thank you, first of all, before we adjourn the meeting, just for being here. And I know it's a little bit of a tedious process, but it's definitely a learning experience. So thank you all. Now that I adjourn this meeting at 10:06 a.m., y'all can go out and table, go to your locations. Again, if you don't remember where you're supposed to go, you should have the form sent to you. You can just check where your name is. And yeah, have fun today. Stay safe, stay cool, hydrate, and good luck the first week. Yes.
And we made a decision that we will be stopping tabling at 12:30 because it's going to get insanely hot. So, yeah, now we only have 2 shifts. We only have the shift right now until 11:30 and then the shift from 11:30 to 12:30. So please, 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 if you have time, and you should have time up until 12 because you don't have any classes. So please table. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. How was did you go to the retreat on Thursday?
Oh yeah,
How was it?